All I can do is think about my brother from the past as a memory. Maybe even that brother is not alive now. It's highly unlikely, but anything can happen. So actually, my brother is actually a concept right now. Even if my brother was here, okay, I could see him. What do I see when I see my brother? I see the concept from my past. I see the story about him, but actually I see color, light, movement. I might hear a voice. I hear sound, vibrations. Do you see how that you can break down everything into another experience, into smaller and smaller parts, like we broke down the car into smaller and smaller parts, to the point where it wasn't that thing anymore. Here we could keep going, breaking things down, like our human body. I was talking about a thumb before. What if we were to break this down and we go into the cells and start breaking down the cells and finding out what the cells are made of, and keep going and breaking it down and breaking it down? They come to atoms, protons, neutrons, electrons, particles. I don't even know what they are, to be honest. They say that the nucleus of an atom is 99% space. How is it possible? So is it real? What are we really experiencing? When things can be broken down, pulled apart. Yes, we keep giving them concepts, we keep giving them names, but they are in fact just almost, we could say, they come to emptiness. Or we come to an experience. How do I experience brother? I could feel, if I see my brother, for example, perhaps I could feel love. And you would say, there's love. That's how you experience brother. But I could see perhaps a bird in the tree and also feel love. Or I could see a friend of mine and also feel love. It's not specific to the brother. So that experience is not particular to the brother. So here, what I'm asking you to do is to see the names that we give things, come to the experience that we are really having about that thing, that person, that place, that event, that situation. What happens when we drop the names, the labels, the concepts? What happens when we drop the story? What happens when we drop the past, our past relationship with that thing, and we just come to the experience? So if my brother walked in the room now, I would have a brand new experience with him that I've never had before in my life. It would be impossible for me to have the same experience I'd had with him before. So this also leads us to another experience, another understanding. Everyone in your life, every family member is constantly changing. Even your perception is constantly changing. The person that you know, that you think you know, is actually, you don't know them. They are in a state of change. Your mind is in a state of change. Even your partner, the partner that you live with, the person that you live with, maybe your son, your daughter, your mother, your father, whoever it is that you live with, the person that you see the most in your life, they are in a state of change. Your perception is in a state of change. You see them differently. They are different. So here, there's another aspect of this concept, that the concept that we have is also changing and changeable. Concepts are vulnerable. They are not stable. But experiences are very tangible, means you can really have them. However, they are also changing. No matter what experience that you're having, it's in a state of change. Right now you are seeing, this seeing is changing. You are hearing, the hearing is changing. Your thoughts are changing. Your mind is changing. Your emotions are changing. This is happening every moment of your existence. It can't be any other way. So, just going to try and come back to a thread that I had about, so I'll come back to the topic, the concepts and their consequences. I touched a little bit on it, that when we are told something, that we believe it, and from that belief, then we react, and that reaction is a consequence of the concept. If somebody yelled out to you now, there's a fire in your house or wherever you are, then there would be consequences for that. You would jump up, you would leave the Zoom meeting, you would go into firefighting mode. Or how about the concept of I love you? One of our common concepts. Somebody that you love, somebody that you care about, even myself, I say to you, I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you. How does that concept work with your heart? How about when somebody else says that to you? Whether they love you or not, how does the mind react? What if somebody says, I hate you? Or tells you something, some truth that they see, not truth, but something, some observation that they see about you. Oh, I don't like your hair. Or, oh, you're looking old. Or I think you're getting fat. Or blah, blah, blah. Maybe somebody thinks that your age is 10 or 15 years older than your real age. Then you don't like this concept. Somebody says, you know, you're only 50 and they say, oh, I think you're 65. You don't like this concept. So there's a consequence to this concept. Very simple little things, but the mind is reacting all the time. All day long, our mind is reacting to concepts. Even as I'm speaking now, everything I'm delivering to you are concepts, and your mind is working on them, working with them. It's tiring, actually. That's why when we go on a meditation retreat, we do a silent retreat. Yes, I keep talking on the retreat, of course, teaching, sharing, directing your mind towards certain experiences. Some retreats, there are less teachings than others, like the Goenka 10-day retreat. No, I think they still have 2 talks in a day. Oh, and they have guided meditations as well. So even on a silent meditation retreat, or sometime when you are spending time really alone, maybe you go to the mountains, quiet place, and stay by yourself. Your mind really starts to calm down, starts to clear, especially if you not only stay in a quiet place, but you also practice meditation or do any other practices that may calm and clear your mind. The concepts start to reduce, and the actual experience of life, the reality of your senses, your connection to your senses, becomes stronger, becomes clearer. It's more real. This changes your life. It changes the way you see things, changes your perception, actually changes everything. This is also why I stopped watching television. Even the simple shows that I used to like some comedy, even documentaries. Yes, I do watch some documentaries online, but usually they're about spiritual teachings, things that can help me to grow as a human being, help me to understand the mind and the reality a little more clear, a little clearer. So I guess I've talked enough about concepts. I think I can't believe that's the time. Wow, I talk so much. So many concepts. Sorry, guys. I think I've just bombarded you with a zillion concepts about concepts. Oh well, we've had a little concept shower today. So what we can do now is break away from the concepts and do some practice together. So if you'd like to have a little glass of tea or go for a pee or anything else that you need to do, feel free. Have a stretch. I noticed that when people get up and leave their leave their computer, I get to see what their house looks like. Oh, nice lounge. Oh, nice house. Nice furnishings. By the way, did anybody hear about the events on the 21st